This song is known as Bunessen, which is just named after the village in which it was recorded, which is a Scottish Gaelic village. I haven't talked about this before, but this is the symbol for the treble clef, and you might imagine a sort of a glorified letter G, and this is also sometimes called the G clef, and the end of this sort of coils around the note G, the line that is the note G on the treble clef scale. Now the other type of clef you usually encounter is the bass clef. That's for the lower notes. Harmonicas, most of the notes are in the treble clef. This symbol is new, and so this is the symbol for a flat note. It looks sort of like the letter B with a point on the bottom. So that indicates that every time you hit that note in the scale, you should lower it a half step. Now, if I look at the names of the lines, if you remember from previously, that's Every Good Boy Deserves Favor, or E, G, B, D, F. And then the names of the spaces are F, A, C, E, spells out the word face. And so this note, if you look, is the note B. So this is the B note. So anytime you hit a B, you've got to lower it a half step. Now it turns out that the key this represents is the key of F. And so if you start on the letter F down here on this lowest space and go play upwards, when you get to the B, in order to play an F major scale, you have to lower it a half step to a B flat. The next part is the time signature, and that is 3/4 time, and that means there's 3 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets a beat. And so that's sort of like a waltz, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then if you look over here, we have 2 different types of notes. There's the quarter note, and that's the filled in oval with the line attached. And then there's the half note, that's the open oval with the line attached. But these are dotted half notes. And so that's 1.5 times longer than a regular half note. And in this case, that means it takes up 3 beats, or the whole measure. So we have 3/4 notes, and then a dotted half, and then another dotted half. So each of those take 3 beats, or the whole measure. Now there's another symbol that's new down here, and this is this tie down here at the bottom of the second line of music, and that indicates that these 2 notes are tied together. So those will be held for 6 beats. Now, since this is an F, I could choose a key of F harmonica. Now the 1 on the F is actually positioned at this first space. And I could play a couple of these notes, but it turns out that later on I'm going to be missing some of the notes. And so, as usual, I could lower the F down until the 4 is aligned, the 4 hole is aligned on this space, and then tab it out from there. Now it turns out I have a low F tuned harmonica. So I have a harmonica tuned to a low F, and that means that the 4 is already aligned with this note on the harmonica. And so I'm just going to use my low F harmonica to play this and tab it out. Now even though I'm tabbing this with a low F harmonica or an F harmonica, I can then play it in any key using any harmonica, but I'm just doing that to make sure I get the right notation for the sharps and flats in the song. Okay, I'm going to tab this out now. So I start with a 4 blow, a 5 blow, a 6 blow, and then a 7 blow, and that one is held for 3 beats. Then it goes to an 8 draw, and that is held for 3 beats, and then down to a 7 draw, a 6 draw, and a 6 blow, and then finally back up to a 6 draw, and that one's held for 3 beats. Then we go to a 6 blow, that's also held for 3 beats, and then I go back down to a 4 blow, a 4 draw, a 5 blow, and a 6 blow held for 3 beats, and then a 6 draw held for 3 beats. 6 blow, 5 blow, 4 blow. And then ending on a 4 draw, and that one is held for 6 beats. Okay, the next part of the song starts up here on a 6 blow, and then a 5 blow, 6 blow, and then we go up to a 7 blow. This one is a 6 draw, and then a 6 blow, 5 blow, 4 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw, and then over here the last line is a 5 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 6 blow, 6 draw, and then a 4 draw, 5 blow, 4 draw, and then ending on a 4 blow. So ending on the root note, F, and that's held for 6 beats again. All right, let me know if you have any comments or questions, and thanks for watching.